Welcome to the 2020 APTA National Championships presented by our local sponsor BTIG and APTA national sponsors Viking and Uline. We are live from the Country Club in Darien in Fairfield County, Connecticut on the APTA network presented by eNet Live. I'm Jerry Viant along with Patty Hogan, and we're about to bring you the Women's Championships between the number 6 seeds Macy Elliott and Marcella Rodezno playing the number 1 seeds Annika Cooper and Floor Hanisch. So Patty, you can see that the stands are full. We have the local pro here, Macy Elliott, which we're sure has a huge fan base, and the crowd's been very excited since yesterday afternoon. So we're anticipating a high-level women's final.
Jerry, we started with 128 teams, and we're down to 2. And on the far side, we have a great shot to the left of the screen of Floor Hanisch, and to the right of her, Annika Cooper. They are national champions, 17 runner-ups in 18. And they've worked all year to put themselves right in this final, Jerry. They've prepared. They've had solid results. And then we have our surprise team of the tournament. You know, the draw followed true to form. On that right-hand corner is our assistant pro here. That's Macy Elliott out of the deuce court. And that's Marcella Rodezno. You see at the top of her, there's a great shot of Rodezno out of the ad court. And they're a little bit of a surprise to some, not to them, Jerry.
Right. And Floor Hanisch down the other end is a rackets professional at the Westchester Country Club. Macy Elliott, like we said, she is the assistant pro here at the Country Club of Darien. And Marcella Rodezno is at the Patterson Club in New Jersey. So all 4 players have been peaking at the right time from what I can see. Let's take a quick look at the draw. We'll talk about their path. Up on top, you see Cooper and Hanisch took out Morgan and Socorro, which was another new team that joined the tour this year, and a fun team to watch their improvement too, Patty. Morgan out of Chicago and Socorro out of Pennsylvania. And that was a 6-love 7-5, and then Cooper and Hanisch played Prop and Spitz, who took out DeMonico Gebbia. That was a very good win, 6-2, 7-6. Prop is from Cincinnati, and she is the head of our Women's Players Committee. Spitz is out of Chicago. And that was 6-2, 6-3 yesterday. Down the end, Elliott Rodezno had an unbelievable display of racket skills by all 4 players. Andreka Zabori, number 2 team in the country. We called that match. We're still talking about that shots, right?
Wow, amazing. So then they went on to take out number 3 seeds Dardis and Shea. So to have back-to-back wins to position themselves in a chance for a national title, incredible for the team of Elliott and Rodezno here.
Yeah, and we kind of, question whether they would be able to maintain that level of play after having such a big win in the quarterfinals, and then to come out against a team like Dardis and Shea, who have been around for a long time. There's not a ball that they don't give up on, and they also have a speed of play that can slow you down. But they were able to cruise through and even raise their level higher, which really surprised me. It was impressive, their composure.
Jerry, it didn't surprise me only because I saw the stream match that you guys had out of the Philly Grand Prix, the last stop on the Grand Prix Tour, and they came up a little short against Hanisch and Rodezno in that match. But I turned it on. I was like, oh my gosh, Elliott and Rodezno are in the final of this tournament. And as their coach, Carl Lebanon, says, Carl is Macy's boss here at the Country Club of Darien. He said, she's willing to put in the hard work. She's got the drive, determination, and, she's come a long way from Evansville, Indiana. She hit her first paddle ball on these very set of courts here, Jerry, the upper courts here in Darien, Connecticut.
Well, as we know, champions are made on the practice court. And I think both of these teams have really put their time in and worked on all aspects of their game. So what we're hoping for and what we're looking for is who shows up today. This is a big moment. The crowd is going to be in this match. And let's talk about our keys to winning. Our Viking keys to winning. So this is for Cooper and Hanisch, and we've watched their progression with this over the season. They've really gotten back to picking their spots. And by that I mean building the point. One shot leads to another. They can open up the court. You've mentioned that a lot with Floor Hanisch. She's really moving the ball around well. And then their biggest play is their blitz. They're fast, they're strong, they look to bring the ball down. Annika can bring that backhand down and Floor goes in and blitzes. They can also switch it up. And testing the nerves with the serve. The serve is always normally the hardest shot to manage, so we'll be watching for how their serves hold up.
For Elliott and Rodezno, it's going to be, this is the big time stage, big time moment, and we're going to see how they can handle themselves in this intense situation. They've got to work the points and set up their offense. They're not going to go through Hanisch and Cooper at all on the very first couple of shots. They're going to have to work and manage themselves and build points, and the placement of their overheads is key. Avoiding the Annika Cooper two-handed backhand out of the ad court. That's their biggest weapon.
Right, that down-up overhead, she'll pounce. And we're going to hand it over to our umpire, Bill Horn. He's going to make the announcements. We'll hear who is going to serve first. I'm going to guess, Patty, that whoever wins the toss is going to elect to receive.
Better to receive, Jerry.
Yep. Let's see, who's going to play through these nerves. Once they get their feel and their timing and their balance, we'll see what level of play. But I can guarantee you right now, all 4 pulse rates are up there.
Yeah, I'm sure this is an amazing moment. And as you know, as well as anyone, Jerry, the preparation that goes into this, and then, the confidence to have the ability to execute the shots that you have to hit in this pressure situation of the finals of the national championships. What a challenge.
Yeah.
Start with a new ball.
I think that it
Billy.
was so easy to pick Cooper and Hanisch in this match. Tournament #1 seeds, number 1 team in the country.
I have a bunch in my pocket.
But I'll tell you, no one's looking up the rankings right now. Certainly not Elliott and Rodezno. And I feel like they've prepared themselves beautifully, and just how they went through their disciplined approach to get past Andreeva and Zabori, and then Dardashe made me a believer on the big stage.
But they have tremendous belief in themselves. And that's what's so impressive. Elliott Rodezno did not have a seeding at the beginning of the season. They started in Chicago, and they got to the semis in Chicago, unranked, took out Morgan Sakura, and then their final tournament in the APTA Grand Prix Tour was in Philly, like you mentioned, and they beat Delmonico Gebbia. And in the quarterfinals, the semifinals, they beat Andreeva Zabori 7-5, 6-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Here's
to
Bill
the
Horn
2020
introducing the
National
players.
Women's Final. This match is the best of 3 sets. The third set will be played without a tiebreak, 1st to 6, or until a team wins by 2 games. To my left, in the ad court from Bedford Corners, New York, Annika Cooper. And her partner in the deuce court from Stamford, Connecticut, Florentina Hanisch.
All right, hang on to your hats
To my
now.
right, from Monroe, Connecticut, Marcella Rodezno. And her partner from Darien, Connecticut, Macy Elliott.
Macy's the head cheerleader today, I can tell.
And you see Floor Hanisch
Cooper Hanisch
applauding.
won the toss
All
and elected to receive.
wonderful
Players
sports
are ready.
on the court.
Elliott to serve.
And here we go. Macy Elliott serving with that low toss. We'll see how it affects Floor Hanisch's return. And right off the bat, Patty, we see a well-placed lob by Floor Hanisch. She's going to open up the court. So that's Marcella Rodezno in the blue top here on the ad side.
Love 15.
Macy Elliott will be serving to Annika Cooper. A huge two-handed backhand off the deck. Keep your eye on that. There's the big roller overhead from Macy Elliott.
15 all.
Expect if they lob low, they're going to be seeing quite a bunch of those shots. Great spot, the right armpit.
What a kid from Elliott to run that ball down. Oh, great shot of the crowd back there, Jerry.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the stands.
Again, that line was wide open. No shift over from Rodezno and Elliott yet.
Annika Cooper will be looking for those spots. I like the tempo of this first game, Patty.
Yeah,
No real
Rodezno
sign of
had that
nerves.
little nervy forehand miss, but since that, they've kind of freed up. You can feel it.
30-15.
And that's serve, Jerry. Her toss is as low as mine. She's about 8 inches
30 all.
taller.
And the effectiveness of that low ball toss is it keeps the ball low off the deck. So the players can't hit down on it as you're coming up to net. And she gets right on top of the net. I mean, look where she is.
Really good slash overhead from Cooper. I love when she lets that ball drop really low.
And it takes a long time for her to let it drop low.
It does.
Yeah, her overhead's very effective when she bends her knees. She rushed that shot, but that was the right ball
40-30.
to attack.
Jerry, who picks the outfits for the finals with
Not
Hanisch
sure
and
about
Cooper?
that. Always have your eye on the fashion there, Patty.
Oh, for sure. I love the matching outfits. So great start, and I see they're not the only two in that color today. That's where I was going with this.
Game Elliott Rodezno. They lead the first set, 1 game to
It
love.
was just a lucky grab out of the closet at 6 o'clock this morning.
Hey, that was the best start that Elliott Rodezno could hope for. You know, holding serve to start off this national championship final, which was first played in 1935. And when the women won, if they were married, they called them by their husbands' names. And now we've come so far, Jerry.
We
and
have come a long way.
we get to call them their first and last names.
So Floor Hanisch serving.
Wow, great little pickup.
Huge return of serve and a great pickup. Just a
Jerry.
little
Love
long.
15.
At the beginning of the season, Carl Lebanon was chatting to me and sharing me some of the strengths about Macy Elliott's game and what to look, forward to this season. And he said,
15
Patty,
all.
I feel like she could make it to the national championship match this year. And I said, with just the few tournaments she's got in her pocket so far from last year, he said, she's got the it factor.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. You could really see after they lost that first set tiebreak in the semi yesterday when it was close, she was ticked. And she used that, not anger, but she really bore down and she was able to get herself all fired up. And her partner, Marcela Rodezno, you know, she's quiet. She's more a quiet player. She's got like an effortless ease of power about her. I mean, her strength is she really doesn't have any weaknesses. They complement each other beautifully.
Yeah, and her two-handed backhand kind of were the keys for them through their 16 quarter. But in the semis yesterday, it was her forehand that you've seen a ton of, Jerry, and she was just spot on. High level of power and consistency.
So Hanisch and Cooper are keeping the play to the ad side. Rodezno has great footwork too in that ad side. And this will test the patience of Macy Elliott. She's going to want to get her hands on one of those balls, but she's got to be patient. Great spot in that forehand there, right between her. That's
30,
a one
15.
little thing that I see with Macy Elliott is she tends to reach for some of her volleys. When she stays square to the angle of the net, especially when she's in the center of the court, she gets low and she stays still. She volleys like a banshee. I mean, she was handling the pace off of them on Drekova Zabora yesterday. But it's when she reaches for that ball, makes the reaching error, so she needs to stay in her space. Marcela Rodezno hitting nice, deep, high lobs. That's the shot. That's the strength of Macy. Beautiful two-handed backhand in the middle of the court.
40-15. (40-30).
Serve was just long. Flor Hanisch has a beautiful service motion, doesn't she, Patty?
She really does, Jerry. Her outfit's great, and her service motion's great.
Sooth.
Yeah, no, she is so smooth. I love watching her, all her shots.
It's one of the few females that jump into their serve in paddle.
Yeah, but she's so balanced on every ball. She rarely looks awkward on a ball.
That's
Monica looked awkward on that volley.
Rodezno.
I mean, that was just a beautiful spot drive there off her right side.
I was saying about that quiet, effortless power that Rodezno brings. Caught the seam.
Deuce.
That's a nice serve down the tee. You can hear all four players calling. They're not going to leave anything for chance, especially at net on the overheads.
And no one is talking in the crowds.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on the 18th green on a Sunday afternoon here.
I'm expecting Rodezno to take one of those balls there that's high off the screen, and she could drive it.
I think I don't know. I feel like they're super disciplined and going to approach this with the idea that they're going to have to lob for a long time here to back up Hanisch and Cooper and really create some of their openings. And I think they want to resist that first opportunity. I think Rodezno does in particular from the ad court here, Jerry.
Yeah, not the first one, but she had like 3 or 4 balls the same spot that came off that back screen like shoulder high. And she's, in order to unsettle the net positioning of Cooper and Hanisch, she's got to have different looks from that same ball. And not just be waiting for the one drive off the deck.
Well, I think what she did there, where she lobbed the person to the right, and
Advantage, Cooper Hanisch.
she's removed the volleyer from the play. That's when she'll go for it. I think they have extraordinary discipline here. That's why I think we're going to see a ton of lobbing till they can hit their spots. Very much like Floor Hanisch.
Again, that's a two-handed backhand off of Macy Elliott. She's dangerous in the middle of the court.
Cooper knows how it feels now, Jerry, to be on the receiving end of the two-handed crushing backhand.
Nice move. There's a transition play that
Advantage,
Cooper and Hanisch are very comfortable playing. One up, one back. Well placed lob by Rodezno.
Another one up the line over Cooper. Not easy to do.
She's got to lob that ball up high.
Deuce.
Wow.
Big time serve.
Advantage, Cooper Hanisch.
Great angle of the server to look at this jump into the ball. She's got to lob it.
Right, she can't get lulled into that either.
Right. She's got to control the tempo and also be aware that ball goes over the net. They're on top of the net. They'll volley right back behind you. Watch the footwork of both Cooper and Hanisch getting back on those nice deep lobs that Rodezno was firing. Lots of little steps so they stay behind the ball.
Wow.
That's the danger zone. So she, by having that big backhand in the middle from the deuce side, if they miss that safe spot by a board, Elliott's all over it. So again, Cooper's got to throw that ball up as a lob, not get caught into the transition.
2 games to love.
Quick shout out to one of the watch parties going on, National Championship, Jerry, in Chatham, New Jersey again. They, I think this is every year that ENET has live streamed the finals of the Women's Nationals. They have a party.
That's
shout
great.
out to Barb and Jenna and Nona and Cindy and Lynn and all the other Chatham peeps who are passionate about paddle and warming up for their shot at a PTI national title coming up in the next 2 weeks, Jerry.
That's great. They should send us a picture of themselves in front of the
They
live
did.
stream. Oh, they did?
They have mimosas.
Oh, good. Of course.
I think Jenna has a blanket on just to make it feel like she's one of the spectators in the stands. Cindy Prendergast is watching.
Nice move by Hanisch and good composure by Rodezno.
Love.
So right now, Macy Elliott is increasing the speed of play. And Cooper and Hanisch need to not get caught in with that. They're not dictating it. Great rip. She found that hole.
15
Third time
all.
she's beaten Macy on that shot up the line. Fairly confident there won't be a fourth soon. I feel like they're going to make an adjustment right now. Pretty mature move, Jerry, to have this early chat.
But all four are big-time tennis players. They come from a competitive
30-15.
background. Rodezno played Fed Cup for Salvador. Macy, I think, played for is it SMU?
SMU, Jerry.
Yep.
$40-15.
Just an amazing start here for Elliott, Rodezno, and Cooper and Hanisch are there.
Great composure.
Yeah, they've had some setup opportunities and just have failed to, deliver the knockout blow right at the end of the point. Jerry, another thing that I can see as the weekend's gone on with Rodezno and Elliott, from watching them play the 16s to now the finals, is they're much more in control and dictating off of when they're at the net and switching Macy Elliott over to the left, position where she can get more of those overheads. You saw that inside out one she hit early on in this match. She's got a lot of variety on her overheads.
Yeah, she does. She can cut it. She can roll it.
40-30.
And it's hard to lob her. She's a tall gal.
40-30. That's a strong start for Elliott Rodezno. Up
Game,
3
Elliott
love.
Rodezno. They lead the first set 3-0.
Yeah, it's warming up here in Country Club of Darien. Jerry, beautiful background. And one more shout out to our tournament co-chairs, Cara Levenant, the director here, and Tierna Cavana and Mark Fischel have done a wonderful job making this weekend special for all the fans, all the players, everybody here. 128 men's teams, 128 women's teams, and I say 500 volunteers who are spending the weekend really to pull off this extraordinary event.
At the Country Club of Darien, their staff, it is like a military maneuver of logistical proportion. It's got parking and food, and everything was taken care of. And they've done a great job with the weather. It's now 50 degrees and sunny.
Perfect.
Windy conditions yesterday. Now here's Arne Cooper serving.
Jerry, I'm telling you, hats off to Rodezno. Her play throughout this tournament, like I said, I got an opportunity to be on her 16s, quarters, semis. Outstanding. So consistent.
15 love.
And you're so right about that sneaky power that she unloads on. She's the skinniest woman. I mean, I don't think she weighs 110. She socks the ball.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw her play with Liz Cruz. It's very impressive, and you can see how she's just dialed in now. Her rhythm off the deck is more consistent even than it was yesterday. Yesterday, like on her second and third forehand short ball, sometimes she let it drop a little bit below the level of the net, but I can see now that she's taking it at the rise. Gives her more clearance over the net. Like that's the one. Took it just a
40
little.
love.
Swung across, but it's the right one to step in and take.
Three good lobs pushing Hanisch out of that service box right here from Rodezno.
Just keep your eye on Macy Elliott on that deuce side. You see they've switched sides. Put Floor Hanisch on the left now. So you're trying to disrupt the rhythm of your opponents. Different looks, different spins, different speeds, so they don't get comfortable. And that's a smart play, because if you watch Macy Elliott, the longer the balls are going to her partner, the more she's moving to the middle, looking for her backhand. And if the player on the left, which was Floor Hanisch there, keeps an eye on that, she got that sneaky little overhead that caught her in the corner. So they're on the scoreboard.
Love 15.
3-1. High quality first 4 games, Patty.
Yeah, right out of the box. Just, I thought nerves went away after 2 points with all of these guys. And like we said, Hanisch and Cooper had some early shots, just didn't execute. And great start for it. Macy and Marcella here. And this is an interesting formation. Marcella's over in that deuce quarter, and they don't seem in any rush to go back. And I was curious if this was going to come into a play here, if they would need to get Macy Elliott a little bit more involved and throw her over there a little bit during some points to see if she can't force some action her way or draw the action her way. We're going to need Rodezno to lob the ball a little bit up the line, a little bit more, so that Macy Elliott can sneak over and do her thing. Yeah, and you can see all the club level players so often get stuck playing one side, not both sides, where all these players are so good they can just jump over in the other corner and manage all the screens.
Right, you don't want to be make the switch. So, oh, sorry, I don't play this side.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now they drill every scenario, every shot.
Good little overhead, a down up from Floor Hanisch, and
Love 30.
a little bit scary shot going over the, Elliott Macy Elliott in that ad court because she's a tall gal, but she timed it perfectly. And again, Jerry, if you've not seen that serve,
Love
it's something
40.
else. It almost looks like she's stepping before she's hitting, but she's got this precision timing contact right before her right foot touches the court.
15-40.
I've seen more of Floor going up the line in this match than I typically see her hit this early on.
No, she's dialed in with her forehand, especially return of serve. That's her sneaky little blitz that she's known for. Good cover by Cooper. Coming in again to change the look. It was the right move.
30-40.
Just trying to get that little bit of a spark going. We've seen it time and time again, especially with Floor Hanisch. she's able to raise her level of her game and put more pressure in the big moments. And she can do that because her partner, Annika Cooper, understands the play, understands her role in that play, so she can take the chances. And again, look at the footwork. These overheads, getting back, letting that ball drop. Marcela Rodezno is really lobbing well. The lobbing creates movement. Going to move the players around, looking for a short ball to attack.
Yeah, that's the successful formula for them. When they can get the person to the right of the two players at the net, there it was Cooper, moving beyond the service line. That opens up that straight ahead shot right there for Rodezno. And again, Cooper just finding the right hip of Macy Elliott. It's the fourth time.
Advantage, Cooper Hanisch.
Yeah, if she doesn't have her right foot on that second board, Macy, Cooper will find it.
She's got to shift all the way over to the second board, Jerry.
She does.
Seems
right
extreme.
Foot by the singles line.
Yep, you got to be right next to that singles line when you have a player like Cooper on the other side. Couple of down up overheads from Hanisch.
So I think Rodezno has got to lob a little bit more down the line to get Macy Elliott involved. She's doing a good job with her lobs cross court and through the middle. But she's got to get it more directly over the head of the player in front of her and then shrink the court.
Cooper Hanisch. Elliott, Rodezno lead the first set 3-2.
And we'd like to thank Patty. Listen to this. You're going to love this. We'd like to thank one of our sponsors. Upswing Health is a digital sport medicine company that puts an orthopedic specialist at your fingertips. Upswing Health has a free AI-powered diagnostic tool designed by orthopedic surgeons that you could use to identify your injury. You can then learn how to treat your injury or even prevent another one with our free therapy programs or even speak with a medical professional. All for free as a member of the APTA. So if you just have some soreness after playing or a more serious injury, go to Upswing first. Go to upswinghealth.com/APTA. And I'm going to be speaking with Jay Kimmel in the when we split sets here. But how cool is that?
Jerry, I have soreness and injuries from playing for so many decades. Could they help me?
I thought you were going to say from commentating with me, but...
Well, my right arm is bruised.
Okay. Floor Hanisch serving. 2-3.
So the match is settled in here. We're at 3-2. you know, I think each team's feeling pretty comfortable right now, Jerry.
Yeah, I agree.
That's out.
And I think Cooper Hanisch are becoming more
15
comfortable
love.
by the point.
Both teams are playing solid, what I call 101 paddle. There's high percentage play, picking smart spots on the court. They've only played each other once, and that was, what, 3 weeks ago now in Philly?
Is that 4
30
and 4 in the
love.
finals of Philly?
4 and 4 it was, yep. Cooper Hanisch won that match.
Yeah, really, the first big-time appearance in a final from Elliott and Rodezno. They did take the Lagunitas event and got a huge win over the team of Nutting and Prendergast for their first APTA NRT victory.
I bet they learnt a lot from the Cindy Prendergast.
Who doesn't learn a lot from Cindy Prendergast?
One of the smartest players that I played against.
One of the smartest players I played with.
You know what? I never saw her sweat. She was calm, cool, composed, no
That
matter what the
orange-
score.
The orange turtleneck, Jerry. I mean, she could go a weekend with that orange
Nice,
shirt.
sorry, nice cover by Macy Elliott, and that's the athleticism. The crowd goes wild. Cooper and Hanisch have done a good job of keeping her out of the match. And they've got to be
30-15.
careful not to let her get going. And the flip side of that, that's why Rodezno's got to focus on lobbing more down the line and get Elliott more looks.
And all joking aside about the orange turtleneck, if I could have matched Cindy, I would have a great champion. More importantly, just one of our sports grade ambassadors, Jerry.
Yes.
And that's what really shines through here. And you can just feel this at this national championship where, you know, the good sportsmanship, the camaraderie that's been on display from all the players all weekend
30
long.
all.
Just incredible. And
Yep.
we're so proud to be a part of it.
We are.
We wish we were young enough to be out there playing, Jerry. But this isn't a bad seat.
I feel like I'm playing it.
Yes. Yeah, it's weird. When Flora and Annika take their paddle back for overheads, your right arm starts going back.
Okay,
30,
the crowd's
40.
energy is starting to creep in a little bit here.
What a great get from Hanisch. Dig that ball out.
Game, Elliott Rodezno. They lead the first set 4 games to 2.
Yeah, it was a cloudy morning, Jerry, and now the sun is bright, and look at all those paddle fans there. This is a great atmosphere.
And a lot of these fans here, not just members, but a lot of teams. Fairfield County's
Love
Platform
15.
Tennis League is very strong, and a lot of these players take lessons here. Spectators are supporting their pros, cheering them on.
I think she played an out ball there.
Yeah, I
but
think that was going wide.
tough to let it go here.
Nice deep lob down the
Love
line from
30.
Annika Cooper.
Yeah, I think if Cooper and Hanisch lob really well, I think Macy and Elliott Macy Elliott and Rodezno might be well served to even let some of those drop and just play them off the back screen, because I feel like they're just, the next ball is going to be pounced on by Cooper or Hanisch.
See that early paddle preparation by Elliott on the overhead. So paddle is set.
Yeah, I think Elliott should assert herself a little bit more on these lobs in the middle and not let Rodezno move her over to take.
Another great lob by Hanisch. There's that transition play where they put Hanisch at net. Cooper stays in the back. Hanisch picks off the balls that are above the level of the net. And they've done a good job. Whoa, nice move, nice get. And again, that's that play, that understanding. So when you have the discipline to let those low balls go through and trust your partner, and Cooper is behind her, you can take chances like that. That was a huge break for Cooper and Hanisch.
The first set, 4 games to
Jerry,
3.
what I'm going to look for right there, that just happened in that game a couple times, is when we see the back, we had that shot where we had the back and the two players at the net, Elliott and Rodezno. We saw Rodezno kind of moving over to her left and moving, Macy Elliott off the overhead that's coming up the middle. And I think Macy Elliott has so much variety on her overhead with her spins. I just think she can dictate play here, and I think it's going to be key for Rodezno to kind of hold her ground and not go over and throw the play over to Floor Hanisch in that deuce side. I think if they want to go after Hanisch, go after it with the Elliott overhead.
Love 15. Love 30.
Big returner serve there for Rodezno. It's a tough volley, that first volley on the forehand.
Love
Cooper
40.
needs to take a moment here.
We talked about it as keys to victory for Cooper Hanisch is to serve well.
She did well.
15-40.
Big shout out to Jean-Claude who's watching. Jerry, did you have a lucky color when you played?
Did I have a what?
A lucky color.
I didn't have a lucky color, but I did have lucky clothes.
A lot of them, evidently.
I was big on the routine.
Noted.
Think you're making fun of me again.
Not a chance. I'm being egged on here by Cindy.
And a big break of serve there for Elliott and Rodezno. They go up 5-3 in the first set.
Game Elliott Rodezno. They lead the first set 5-3.
Really, Elliott Rodezno have nothing to lose here. The pressure is on the number 1 seeds.
But Jerry, I'm not sure. I know of too many other number 7 seeds coming into nationals.
Love
who
15.
had the expectation that Elliott and Rodezno had, and the belief that they could go all the way. They didn't care about their draw, which was an amazing, journey for them to have to take out Andrejka Zabori, potentially Darce and Shea, and now Hanisch and Cooper to win this, but they sort of expect it.
Love 30.
Really great.
Hold on,
Fun
ladies.
point
I'm
for
sorry.
the crowd.
That water bottle is going to blow away. $15.30.
You say how far back floor pushed Macy Elliott here, but she's got that height and she's got the ability to just kind of wait, hit some spin on that overhead, and defend, negate the depth of that lob.
There's the play.
Oh, what a
A
great
lob
shot.
overhead.
I love it. I saw that shot yesterday. Unbelievable touch and confidence.
Look at that overhead. She really cuts the ball, Macy. She's coming across the back of the ball. Heavy spin. Each team is patiently picking their spots, trying to expose the opponent's weakness.
What a great get from Rodezno right there.
This little twirl.
And she invented a shot.
Fleet of foot, Patty.
Again, Elliott and Rodezno, no rush to switch sides. Really content. Switch sides here and play the point out.
That was a well-played point, and notice that Floor Hanisch ran down that lob, even though she kind of knew for sure it was out, just in case she was back there in case it landed in. And that's a good tip that everybody should use. Sometimes you stand there at net and say, "I was pretty sure it's out," and then, oops, nope, lands in, and it's too late. That's that play again. Hanisch at the net, has the discipline to let it go.
Game, Cooper Hanisch. Elliott Rodezno lead the first set 5-4.
It's a little bit of ebb and flow there, Patty. You can see both teams have a little bit of a spark, and then...
Yep, just that 3-love lead for Elliott and Rodezno is holding up here. That's just the difference in this match. And Cooper and Hanisch have turned this around and have a lot of momentum right now as well in this match.
I think they have a few more plays, you know, different looks up their sleeve.
We've seen a lot of those different plays, but I'm not going to be surprised if we see some different plays as well out here. These guys have been paying attention to the live stream all season long, Jerry, and they listen to the commentating. They learn a lot. And I think they're students of the game, and I think Macy Elliott is a huge student of the game. She's fairly new, and she's 25 years old.
She's on the fast track from where she's come, Chicago Charities in November, to now. I've never seen anything quite like it so quickly. And she's a delight. No, I mean, once she gets her, you can see when she gets her teeth in the point and she can get to rip some of those backhands off the deck, it's lights out. And her movement and athleticism right now, Cooper and Hanisch are doing a good job of not allowing that to really be showcased. I think if Rodezno, she hits those two good lobs down the line and then shifts to her left. Change the look of the court a little bit. Elliott may get some more looks. See that fast transition again. Cooper's got to throw up the lob.
Love 30.
And you know what, Jerry? The amazing thing about Elliott, she doesn't need many looks. A lot of players need more consecutive hits to be effective. She's a one-hit wonder. She gets that opportunity and she executes. And she seems totally content to let Rodezno hit a million balls, and she'll just wait her turn.
Love
See
40.
Rodezno found Hanisch's forehand volley.
I think Rodezno can throw some cross-court all the way because, you know, Cooper and Hanisch are so good at squeezing the court here. And, you know, Rodezno's missed a couple, forcing the lob a little bit. And sometimes when you can take
30,
that ball
40.
back all the way cross-court, it opens up the court a little bit for you. Another set point for Elliott and Rodezno.
Like that, Patty. Yep. Wow. Hanisch got right back again behind that deeper, wider lob. But she was able to find the next, so we're back to deuce.
Yeah, there's got to be depth on that cross-court lob.
Ooh, what a rip. I actually think her feet left the ground on that return of serve.
Yeah, we'll get it done. Advantage, Elliott Rodezno.
Set point number 3. That's
All
it.
right.
First set to Elliott Rodezno, 6-4.
Again, the composure of Elliott
Game,
and
Elliott
Rodezno
Rodezno.
in their first national
They win the
final
first
is
set, 6-4.
is just remarkable. So, Patty, we have a special guest here, I believe, that we're going to speak. I had told you that I had read it about Upswing Health.
Yes.
So Jay Kimmel is here from Upswing Health. Hi, Jay. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, this is the best seat in the house here to watch this match.
And I believe you came up from Florida?
I did. Well, we live in Massachusetts, but we were in Florida playing that other racket sport this week. So.
So I was reading the script because I know Patty hadn't heard about it, and it'll be right up her alley. So can you tell us about the origin of Upswing Health and how did it start and what you do?
Sure. So I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I've been doing it for about 30 years and realized that while it's great that people come in to see me in the office, you know, a lot of times people don't really need to come in and see me. So my partner and I have created Upswing Health, and this is really a great platform for injured athletes to learn about their injuries, to learn about how to treat their injuries, and And then a lot of times they don't need to see a doctor. So it's really a great opportunity for injured athletes to learn, prevent injuries, and we really have just a great platform for them.
And what kind of services can you provide?
So we have what we think is the best content that's available on the web. We have over 140 injuries that are described on the website. But if you don't know
But
what's wrong with
besides
you,
our injuries.
well, besides ours, but if you know what's wrong with you, you can come to our website, you can read about it, and it really has, great information. Think about it. If you go and you're injured, you go online, you Google something, and you don't really know what to do with that. On Upswing, you read about the information, and it tells you, exactly what you can do. But if you don't know what's wrong with you, we actually have a symptom checker that would enable you to, like just if you came to my office and you told me about your elbow or something, I'd ask you a bunch of questions and I'd give you some suggestions about what to do. Well, now on our website, you can do the same thing. It asks you a whole bunch of questions about your injuries and it tells you what your possible diagnosis is and what you can do. So it's a really great website for that. But if that's not enough, if reading about the content isn't enough, then you can actually talk for free to a certified athletic trainer who will just chat with you. They can help you to prevent injuries or to treat your injuries, and they're really just like you would have at a tournament. They're really the first line to deal with injured athletes. So sometimes you need to see a doctor. Sometimes you need to go to the emergency room. And if that's the case, they can really help you make that decision. But if you don't, they can point you in the right direction without having to do all of that.
Patty, like
stuff.
the blisters on your feet.
Exactly.
I think we can help you with that.
Can you prevent them?
And we can talk to you about how to prevent it. That's a little bit different. But if you had something else with your foot, we can give you some exercises to do, some stretches to do. You can talk to an athletic trainer. And you know what? If that's not enough, rolling out across the country, we have it set up in a few states. You can actually set up a telemedicine visit with a sports medicine physician, a video conference with one of our sports experts. And what's also very exciting that's going to be coming very soon is, while it's great to talk to somebody like me about your blisters or about your
I
your
know,
foot
this
problems.
is great talking to you about this.
But you know what also might be great is talking to a whole bunch of paddle players about how to prevent blisters. So we're going to have forums set up where paddle players and other athletes can talk to other athletes, because I might have some suggestions. But you know what? People have been playing this game for 10, 20 years. They may have some suggestions for you about how to do that.
But also, Jay, what I like about this relationship too that you have with the APTA is that you're a player too, so you understand what goes into the sport, which.
Well, let's put player in quotes. I played a lot of racket sports for a long time, but I'm still learning paddle, and it's a great treat to sit here with you guys and to listen to you commentate and to watch it live like this is really great.
And what is your relationship with the APTA? Because I noticed this is going to be available to the APTA membership, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's all for free, and there's a link right now on the APTA website where you can just click on that link and go right to our Upswing homepage that's developed specifically for paddle players.
Is this a bad time for me to give you a call right now, Jay?
I'm Vail. My phone's on. So.
All right. Well, Jay, thanks for stopping by, and we'll be looking for the Upswing Health. Yes, and we're going to get back to the action. This is the second set, the women's 2020 championships, and Macy Elliott serving.
Love 15.
Dave Charleston's enjoying this. He's came down and visited had a quick visit here, and they're back in Maine. He's hanging out on his deck, smoking a cigar. Talk about healthy or not. We won't discuss that with David Charleston. I'll give you his number.
Love 30.
But he said this is such a great, entertaining match. He's thrilled to be watching. I think momentum-wise, Hanisch and Cooper need to get a little quick jump start here in this second set, Jerry. Wow. And that's the thing about Hanisch, her athletic ability and hands, footwork.
Yep.
She really made an incredible shot to chase down that shot.
That's the first time we've really seen a good combination of overheads from Macy Elliott. You see the different spins.
And Jay, quickly, Blake Anderson sprained his ankle
15,
yesterday, and
30.
he wants to know. He's our first question. Can upswing help him? How should he treat his sprained ankle?
He's not.
Blake, I'll text you the answer.
$30 all.
Just a wonderful display of composure. I can't stress it enough. And Elliott and Rodezno. Good, solid shots. And they're just steady, and you feel that Flor
40,
Hanisch is
30.
just pressing just a little bit, and it's that delicate balance. You want to get that spark. If she's got to make something happen, but she's missing just a little bit. Got to keep going for their shots. And again, it's the credit of the strategy, of the placement of the balls. We have seen very few two-handed backhand swoops by Cooper because she hasn't been given the opportunities.
Hey,
They have
Elliott
not
Rodezno,
gone
they lead the
into
second
that ad
set,
side
1
with a
game to
short
love.
down-up
Elliott
overhead.
Rodezno won the first set, 6-4.
Performance physical therapy and wellness is dedicated to helping athletes achieve optimal health, specializing in sports performance, recovery, and injury prevention. The performance team of physical therapists, athletic trainers, and massage therapists are at the Country Club of Darien all weekend and are providing recovery and injury assessments for all paddle players as they compete in the Nationals. Come stop by the performance tent and the performance team, and they will take care of you, offering massage, stretching, soft tissue work, cryotherapy, and Normatec compression therapy for all our paddle athletes and spectators. So if you're coming out to catch the end of this women's match or the men's finals slated for 3 p.m., go check them out.
Such solid play off the deck.
15 love.
A little bit of the wind gust back, Jerry.
That great court positioning by Macy Elliott. She really straddles that center line and gets low on the volley, and great rhythm off the deck. That's that kind of spark that I'm talking
30
about.
love.
Hanisch and Cooper haven't really been able to fire off of all cylinders yet. They might, they're going to have to step in and take that ball earlier because Elliott Rodezno not giving them any looks.
Great adjustment.
That's
for
it.
Elliott.
Create the movement.
Smart shot from
40
Hanisch
love.
there. She just kept her in her sights and held that shot. Wasn't going to give Elliott a chance to play that ball off the screens no matter what.
Again, Patty could hear a pin drop in the crowd, right?
It is Sunday afternoon, Jerry. Not
Nice.
exactly the Masters, but Country Club of Darien.
Nice lobbing by Rodezno. Just not giving Cooper and Hanisch a short lob where they can do any big spins or different change of pace. I mean, they're being pulled back, and they really have to be careful where they put that overhead, because they know that Macy Elliott's backhand in the middle is trouble. Switching at net, giving her Rodezno a different look, a different spin. Yep, I think the ball went into the side screen there.
Game, Cooper Hanisch scores 1-all second set. Elliott Rodezno won the first set 6-4.
Yeah, that was a great switch. Hanisch wasn't getting anywhere with her overhead, and so they just switched, and Annika let a couple balls drop. Got a little bit of spin there.
Love 15.
Again, it's that picking your spots, and you see Hanisch went for Rodezno's right armpit, which is a difficult volley to make. You've got to pick up your paddle. There's enough pace on it that Rodezno didn't have a chance to flip her paddle. And another big return by
Love
Cooper.
30.
Yeah, Rodezno did a good job there to keep that ball away from Cooper. He was looking to swoop in and hit her signature blitz. Yeah, again, Cooper found the right hip, and
Love 40.
we've talked about that as really one of the vulnerable spots. Looks like the only vulnerable spot with Elliott and Rodezno, just not shifting quite over as far as they need to toward the single sideline when the play goes over to Cooper in that ad court.
And what's that? Cooper's fifth
Yep.
point, I think. You were counting before, so I'm
I
just
was.
jumping on that.
Well, they don't count higher than 4, Jerry. Then I start again.
But my point is, when you find a combinations that works, you want to keep trying to execute those plays.
Shout out to the biggest paddle fans, if that's possible. Tim and Nancy McAvoy came up for the day yesterday. We had a great time seeing them. Didn't get to spend too much time with them, but they're on the car home, on their way home, Jerry, listening to the
Game,
action.
Cooper Hanisch.
Good. So that
Leading
was
the
a
second set,
significant
2-1.
hold.
Elliott Rodezno won the first set 6-4.
Significant. It was huge, Jerry. Cooper and Hanisch had to hold. They need the quick start here in this second set, having lost the first set 6-4. They didn't really lose that first set 6-4. Elliott and Rodezno won that first set, Jerry, 6-4.
Yep. Like, both teams are exciting to watch. I think there's a lot of chemistry. I mean, both teams have got that it factor You know, they enjoy each other's company. They spend a lot of time practicing, and you can see that they're just gelling. It's not two individuals playing, it's two teams. And you see Elliott and Rodezno is taking a moment there, making sure they've got their strategy, and
A very mature move to take the time they need right here at this crucial point. Finals of the Nationals.
so Annika Cooper stay back on that serve. Hanisch is having a field day with the drop shots, but look at the foot speed of Elliott and Rodezno, no problem.
And Elliott and Rodezno came in this with a plan, Jerry, and I think if they saw the one up, one back, which we've all seen throughout the season, to try to be really disciplined and maybe not try to beat floor on either side, rather just go up in the air with a lob. I have seen some teams have some success going down the lines, but not that many. You know, floor is so quick up there, so you've really got to get an early, you know, you've got to hit the ball really early to be able to avoid her when she's playing well up there, and she's moving great in this match. She's got great hands, great footwork.
Nice sneak attack there by Macy Elliott.
She didn't want to let Floor be the only one up at the net, Jerry.
It's such a good play. Really changes the look of the court on your opponent, changes the rhythm. Another good lob.
Wow, that is huge.
That
Hanisch.
was a big time courage shot from Floor Hanisch.
15 love.
Annika Cooper taking a minute, getting her composure.
Jerry, I've seen it so many times over the last couple seasons with Hanisch and Cooper and Floor's ability, really, and these moments of truth, and the
30
biggest test in a
love.
match. It's a huge test right here early in the finals to initiate something and kind of take it on and want the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got a champion's mentality.
Yeah, so Elliott Macy went up again to the net just to see if, Cooper would give her an easy shot, and Cooper was real disciplined and just avoided her altogether.
I think all four players are doing a good job of sensing what's happening while it's happening. They're all seeing the court, they're seeing the ball well, they're seeing the court well. Not just happy to hit. Every shot has a purpose. It's almost like a dripping
40
tap,
love.
right? Like just place it there, place it there. Somebody's going to change the pace.
Yeah, Rodezno's not gotten any real easy forehands out here in this match. Not enough to impact play at all yet. The crowd loved that one.
40-15.
So 40-15, 2-1.
Game, Cooper Hanisch. They lead the second set 3-1.
You see, both teams are problem solving.
Macy.
Taking that moment to discuss. The crowd's getting into it again. There's a little bit of a momentum shift for Cooper and Hanisch. It's about finding that balance. You need to be clear in your head to know exactly what you have to do. It's that balance of, being aggressive. Macy just taking a practice serve. New ball every 7 games. You can see Flor Hanisch looking to come in. Lobbing high.
What a great overhead that, Elliott just hit. She was so far back in the
15
court.
love.
Hit it within a couple inches of the baseline, Jerry.
I think it's that pressure of that good overhead that made, good hands by Annika Cooper there at net. Close the net. But it's that pressure of those good overheads from Rodezno that kind of forced Hanisch to lob long because she's trying to get that ball up high and deep. Try to get a, sneak blitz. Huge return of serve. Great get by Rodezno.
Yeah, Cooper and Hanisch now they're on cruise control. They seem to be perfectly comfortable with everything at the net. And that's the difference in this second set right now.
Rodezno has got them way out of the service box. Beautiful lobbing.
Jerry, the amazing thing is those players in the Connecticut leagues who see Rodezno all the time probably are shocked to see the number of lobs that she's hitting in this match. But she just can't drive and be effective until she's created some openings. When you have players like Hanisch and Cooper on the other side who have just amazing positioning and they just can defend most drives.
Wow.
Great position. Really good play.
And to your point, she's not lobbing because she can't drive. But she's using her lob to open up the court. And like you said, Hanisch and Cooper are such good volleyers that if she does drive the wrong ball, she'll have to pay. So she's willing to move that ball around.
Wow, great return of serve from Cooper there. She took that ball all the way across court, took a lot off the ball, really stretched out Elliott on that volley.
That's a good combination of shots, picking her spots.
30-40.
Yeah, that wide shot's like a scout shot. Get your opponents to reach, and if they get it, they can, and because they're reaching, you've got another opportunity. They might get another short, quick ball right back for another drive. So here's a point for a 4-1 lead for Cooper Hanisch. And that's a
game, Cooper Hanisch. They lead the second set 4-1. Elliott Rodezno won the first set 6-4.
Fusion Sports is your source for high-end custom apparel. Fusion offers pro shop management, tournament favors, corporate branded gear, and youth sports. Fusion is an official supplier of apparel and the exclusive provider of tournament favors to the APTA.
And you can see all of the stands are full, Patty, all the way around. Even on the second court, the people are still coming in.
Yeah, I mean, they thought of everything, including the weather, as we pointed out earlier. And it's just the perfect day for people to come out and watch the highest level paddle that exists. So Cooper Hanisch up 4-1.
Players are ready.
In the second set. We're at the Country Club of Darien, 2020 APTA National Championships. I think Elliott and Rodezno need to do a little switch in the middle of the point here and get Elliott back over into that ad court a little bit more. I think Rodezno's doing a great job, but I feel like she's mostly in a defensive position here.
15 love.
Yeah, that and what we had said before, just lob down the line more and see if they can shrink the court, get some balls hit on Macy Elliott's backhand, because she hasn't been able to fire her backhand like we saw yesterday. And Hanisch and Cooper are very comfortable in transition. They love to put Hanisch at the net, Cooper in the back. So they've got different looks that they can throw at you. And I think that's what Elliott and Rodezno also need, to develop different plays, different looks. But hey, it is only their first year together. Let's not rush it.
Can you imagine?
Nice play by Rodezno. Way to close the net.
15 all.
I get the feeling they're watching and learning and observing and implementing as they're playing through this tournament.
Yeah, they don't want to be the team who drives home and says, you know, what could we have done?
Right.
You can see they're thinking themselves through this. And as you pointed out, Jerry, Cooper and Hanisch have a lot of things up their sleeve that they can pull out. They probably have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And Rodezno and, you know, Elliott, they've got A, B, and C right now. But A worked pretty well in the first set.
15-30. $15-40.
Yeah, great return to serve right there. Forced a volley error.
Is that a heavy, heavy return? It's very hard to control the ball when you're coming in on that first volley and it's below the level of the net.
Cooper Hanisch lead the second set 4-2.
Yeah, there's no way Elliott's going to not pounce on the ball to get herself back into the second set.
$15 love.
All of a sudden, you feel a little bit of energy going back toward Elliott and Rodezno.
I'm not sure what happened there. The ball
15
kind of
all.
skipped off her paddle.
Yep. She might have lost that ball also a little bit, Jerry.
Yeah, the sun is really swung around now. You can see the shadows on the court. So the overheads from Rodezno's side. She'll be looking directly into the sun, but Rodezno's doing such a great job of closing the net and
30,
getting those
15.
volleys quickly behind them.
Yeah, she's picked up her energy here with this game, with her net play.
30 all.
Big point right here. 30 all, 2-4, second set.
There's a big shift for Rodezno and Elliott that time. Rodezno got a foot over into the alley. In case you don't know, that's Annika Cooper coming out of the ad court with that big swinging forehand off the screen.
Beautiful play by Cooper there.
30,
Forehand
40.
in the deuce court.
And see how she held the ball, right? She really rolled it down the line. So easy to get caught up in these moments. Your feet are going fast, and you can sometimes fast feet, fast hands, and you overswing. But she did a good job of really controlling the speed of play so she could be accurate.
Super mature move there with Rodezno and Elliott. You know, having that quick little talk after Cooper hit that phenomenal forehand. Yeah, great athleticism from Hanisch. Come off that back screen with that shot. Great volley.
You can just feel Elliott wanting to tee off, right? She's got this pent-up energy, but she's really doing a good job waiting for the right ball. She wants to hit that big roller.
And the pressure from Hanisch coming
Game,
in there.
Cooper Hanisch. They lead the
Force-
second set, 5-2.
And
Force
that's
that
the
error
play.
out.
Elliott
Rodezno.
Rodezno won the first set.
And she can
6-4.
make that play. She can sneak in because she's lobbing so well, right? You can't lob short and come in behind that because she's lobbing deep, pulling them out of the service box, picking different spots. She's able to sneak in.
Following this exciting women's play will be the men's final. I have a feeling it's going to be exciting as well with Broderick and Palmer.
You do.
I just have a feeling. Durant Mitchell, Broderick Palmer.
Okay, see Macy Elliott with her back, chatting to her partner. This is a big service game for Annika Cooper. 5-2.
You know, Hanisch and Cooper are just so comfortable right now, Jerry. There's nothing that Rodezno and Elliott are doing that's sort of getting them out of sync. So they're going to have to make a big adjustment here, I think, now.
15 love.
And as you said, you know, Elliott's chomping on the bit to just unleash on the ball.
Yep.
And she's got to get some more touches on it, and that's why even getting over on that ad court during a point might be a really good thing for them to try to pull off.
Yeah, different look. But Rodezno was doing a good job
15 all.
building the point and seizing the moment when she sees the opportunity. Sometimes when you're the player that's seeing all the balls, it can fall into just playing like a little bit of keep alive.
30-15.
But I see she has got that spark.
30 all.
She kind of got the look she wanted, Jerry. She just didn't quite pull it off.
And again, you see Floor Hanisch running down with that lob to make sure that it was out. And in case it dropped in, she has plenty of time to play the ball back. Serving for the second set. Huge returner serve by Rodezno.
Deuce.
Look at Macy Elliott's serve set up to return serve. Loads up her legs. She is going to pounce. Big serve by Cooper. That's the trick, right? She could have taken some speed off of it, but she doesn't want to quit on the swing.
Right, and you know, she's just not comfortable taking that ball out wide, which, you know, you did point out Elliott was loaded up for that forehand. Wow, good job from Hanisch.
All right, let's see what Cooper does now. If she takes a little pace off the serve or if she stays back.
I think she might stay back.
Advantage, Cooper Hanisch.
One thing for sure, we knew it was not going to be a lob return. Another set point.
Reached over, hope.
Yep.
Yep.
She reached over the net. The call by the umpire. And that is the second set. And Patty, I think it's only fitting that we have a third set to enjoy in this 2020 Women's National Championship match.
Exactly right, Jerry.
So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to all take a deep breath. And we'll be right back after these messages on the APTA network presented by eNet Live.
Probably need one more.
Welcome back to the APTA National Championships. We're at the Country Club of Darien in Fairfield County, Connecticut, and we are at the women's final. And Patty, want to give us a little
I'll give you
thought
a
process? I mean,
let me catch my breath and give you a recap.
Yes.
Rodezno Elliott just got off to a phenomenal start. Went up 3-love in the first set. Cooper and Hanisch clawed back, couldn't quite make it all the way. Rodezno and Elliott closed it out 6-4, and then you could just feel the teamwork of Cooper and Hanisch making a difference and just executing at a higher level. They had a couple of misses on some, sitters that they usually make, but it is the finals of the Nationals. They came through in that second set, and I think this is going to be a brawl, and the challenge for Elliott and Rodezno here is to see how they can get a little bit more offensive threat, more hits out of the deuce side for Macy Elliott. She's got to figure out a way to get herself involved a little bit more from the baseline for their team.
So taking some chances, Mira, do you think they should try the lob and blitz? I mean, they're both quick enough to cover for each other, but to change the look?
I think they should, and twice, Macy Elliott went up to the net sort of in a standoff, eye to eye with Flora Hanisch when she was up there. But I think the one up, one back is proving to be challenging here for Rodezno and Elliott. But I think Rodezno and Elliott, like we said, they have a huge amount of support. They are not surprised that they're in this finals. They took out two great teams in Andrejka Zabori, Dardis and Shea to get here, and now they've got one set to go to pull off a win in the Nationals.
And I think also if there's a razzle-dazzle play by Macy Elliott, the crowd will be so into this match and could be a huge energy lift for them.
Yeah, so this is Macy Elliott starting off the third set here. Finals of the 2020 APTA National Championships on eNet Live. We're at the beautiful Country Club of Darien, Connecticut. There's still time to come up here. We've got a men's finals following this, so if you can jump on the 95 and you feel like making the trip, come join us in person. But if not, just keep watching all day long.
Nice move by Cooper.
15 all. Wide. 30-15.
Jerry, some royalty just joined us in the box. 3-time national champion, Liz Cruz. Winner in 15 with Anna Brazova. Winner in 18 and 19 with Gabby Nicolescu.
30
It's
all.
great to see Liz here. And Marcella, as I said, Marcella Rodezno has been her childhood friend, and they played Fed Cup together, and now they're working together at the Patterson Club. So both teams, a little bit of seesawing in the energy flow, the spark flow. There's not one team right now in this first game. It feels like we're starting from the beginning just a little bit.
Yeah, and really the first two sets go out the door, Jerry. There's no impact. I expect both teams renewed, and it's one set for everything right now.
Listen to the sound of that drive and the counter of the volley.
Jerry, there's so many breaks of serve throughout the season. In this third set, it's going to be about who can hold serve.
And again, you see very few overheads going into that side screen because the lobs are so deep.
That's what you were thinking could happen, Jerry, that if they hit a shot, this crowd was going
Advantage,
to
Elliott
They're just
Rodezno.
waiting.
do everything in their power to lift Rodezno and Elliott through here.
It's important that Cooper and Hanisch keep their composure. You see she kind of quit on that swing. Didn't really go after it like she
Game,
has
Elliott
been.
Rodezno. They lead the third set, 1-0.
Wow. You know, the power of the home court advantage, Jerry.
Yep.
Every paddle court is constructed similarly. The dimensions the exact same, but the atmosphere, I mean, this is electric.
And also we're completely surrounded by the crowd. So they're playing in a stadium-like atmosphere, which is very different than what they've played in all season long. So national championships is the pinnacle of our sport. You don't get a lot of opportunities to practice in this kind of environment. Rodezno is really doing a wonderful job getting those lobs deep. I just feel she needs a little more variety on her placement.
And, you know, she has to channel her inner mentor, Liz Cruz, who we've seen play that ad court, very similar style with tremendous amount of lobbing and then taking advantage when an opportunity presents itself. Liz Cruz, of course, loved that backhand.
That's a smart overhead by Floor Hanisch. Again, she's keeping her eye on Macy Elliott. She gets this right ball that's a little bit short. She'll slide it into her corner.
Wow, that was huge. Early in this third set here. Just a little chink in
Love
that
15.
overhead right there. Not a big deal because it's only 1 point, but you could feel the crowd
Yep.
was involved with every shot in the point.
There's just no free points. Right? Every point is a grind. Every point is a battle.
As it should be, Jerry.
Mentally, you have to stay strong. You have to have the feeling of going forward.
Love 30.
And you can feel the pressure mounting. Just a huge return of serve. Well spotted. Put it
Love
right
40.
between the players.
And if you can feel the pressure mounting, you'd probably love to take a rip on a return to serve versus having to have the ball in your hand to serve. Kind of surprised Floor didn't really recognize that Elliott and Rodezno simply stayed back on the
Game,
baseline
Elliott
there.
Rodezno. They lead the third set 2-0.
So again, this is mimicking the start of this match where Rodezno and Elliott got off to a quick 3-0 lead. They're up 2-0, third set, APTA National Championships. Wow,
just
what a
have
hands play.
All the answers in their net positioning.
Right, when you can form the wall, stay close to
15
each other,
love.
it's hard to find anything. But if you don't shift, easy to find those holes.
Then you're reaching.
All.
And you actually heard the crowd moan.
Yes.
Because that
A
was a
collective-
rare, unforced error.
I mean, I guess we should give Rodezno one unforced error,
Come
Jerry,
on.
since she's hit 4,000 shots in the court already in this match. Maybe not 4,000, but a ton.
Okay, it's critical for
30-15.
Cooper and Hanisch to play high percentage paddle here. 30-15. You can sense the urgency that they feel like they have to make
40-15.
something happen. Because Cooper and Hanisch trying to get that spark.
Great footwork from Rodezno right there. She got a little hop to kind of propel herself back for the really good lob from Hanisch out of that deuce court.
Doing a good job of staying low on those balls. She sets her paddle low. Phew, that was a little scary.
40-30.
Okay, still a point for a 3-love lead. Well held by Cooper again. Patty, I'm not sure where your counting skills are, but that was another shot down the line, which we've seen time and time again. I'm going to say like 7?
8.
8, thank you.
Yep.
Showing off now.
Well, I can go in multiples of 4. 8 is one of them.
Ooh.
Advantage, Cooper Hanisch.
That was a big time shot.
Yeah, she just let it rip and broke her down on the volley.
But again, that's the courage of a champion, right? Take the shot when it's there.
Deuce.
Jerry, do you collect scrap paper when you're doing these matches? All the notes we write down.
Hanisch doing a good job of getting Macy Elliott moving. Look at that with her lob placement.
I wouldn't get Elliott moving. I just would ignore her altogether.
was the right shot. She just
Advantage,
rushed it.
Elliott Rodezno.
Well, you see the little bit of opening, you want to pounce and just pull the trigger. Tiny bit too early. Gigantic point here. I think you're going to hear a cheer if somehow Rodezno and Elliott pull out this game.
And that's number
9.
Deuce.
Liz Cruz is helping me to count, Jerry.
It's
Big time
interesting.
return to serve right at
Advantage, Cooper
Elliott
Hanisch.
there.
It's interesting where you were used to saying how Annika Cooper with that swooping backhand, and they've taken that play out. And to Cooper's credit, she's turned her forehand into a much bigger weapon.
Yeah, she has. I told her yesterday I liked her forehand more than I thought she did.
She's really finding her range and her ability to be able to hit those spots 9 times.
Yeah, great. You can feel Cooper's elevating right here, right now.
Well, I think that happens too when you take a shot that you're not used to hitting and now you're actually executing and winning points with it. That's got to do a lot for her confidence. You can hear Rodezno calling for the help. And that was a
Game, Cooper Hanisch.
huge game for Cooper
Elliott
Hanisch.
Rodezno lead the third set 2-1.
And again, they're doing a good job of ignoring the crowd factor, which is hard. It's very hard to play against that when you have the cheering of the hometown, as it should be, but you're not on the receiving end of that cheer and be able to stay positive and focused and not let it rattle you. As you pointed out, Patty, I mean, it's a huge lift to hear the crowd roar.
Yeah, and they just didn't close out that game there, and the crowd knew how important that was because you have, national champions on the other side, and Hanisch and Cooper, and they're just gonna they're gonna find a way. They're gonna continue to make the adjustments necessary in this match. I think it's a new ball. Cooper just hit a practice serve. Maybe it's not a new ball, and she just hit a practice serve.
So it's 1-2. Annika
Players are
Cooper
ready.
serving. And we'll see if she stays back, Patty, because you can see Macy Elliott ready to pounce.
Love 15.
Really good footwork scrambling from Rodezno here.
Wow. Good, calm hands by Floor Hanisch
15
there.
all.
That was a difficult little get. Cooper showing nerves of steel on that serve.
15-30.
Yeah, just chunked that overhead. Unfortunate miss. I expect a drive, Jerry. Wow. Rodezno, you just could feel she was going to let it rip right there.
40.
And Rodezno has just been a wall out there.
Yeah, great touch from Hanisch.
30-40.
How big is this one?
Gigantic.
Yep, just out. Just out. Game, Elliott Rodezno. They lead the third set 3-1.
Okay, let's see how Macy handles this moment. 3-1.
From everything I've seen, I think she's going to handle it just fine, Jerry. And as a reminder, if we get deep in the set, there is no tiebreaker, correct, Jerry? They are playing this match out.
There's a short ball that I think Hanisch could have pounced on. She's, yep, her preference right now is to lob and blitz. And I think she's got to take some of those off the deck that are a little bit shorter. Good combination of swings there.
Love 15.
You know, I'm saying there was a couple of short balls in there where she lobbed them back up. And I think Hanisch has got to take a swing at some of those.
Yeah, you know, she started off this match, Jerry. She drove a couple of balls up the line, and I kind of love seeing that drive out of her off the deck. But she's, you know, you've got to be confident, though, in order to hit it.
Right.
Very good positioning from Rodezno there.
Yeah, I think the net play has a lot to do with it.
Yep. 30-15.
Both teams taking a second and just regrouping.
All.
Jerry, I don't know if I can take this much longer. You hit me on my right arm. Liz hit me on my left arm. Boom, 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 boom. I feel like I'm in a boxing match. Hey, she got the leg cord. Little lucky,
30,
but she
40.
drove the ball. It's the only way it's going to happen.
She took the swing. She needs to take this swing. She needs to take a little bit of pressure off of Cooper, and she also needs to make things happen.
Yeah, all of a sudden a break point for Hanisch and Cooper here.
And a
little
indecision there.
More than a little.
And there's the second play, and that was a big, courageous move by Floor Hanisch.
Game, Cooper Hanisch. Elliott Rodezno lead the third set 3-2.
And just a little reminder that we will have the men's final coming up right after this. Women will have the trophy presentation. And Patty, you want us to tell us a little about who we'll be seeing?
Okay, Jerry, we have the return of Broderick Palmer into the final of the men's nationals and the return of Johan Durant, this time with none other than his buddy, Stephen Mitchell, is just an amazing player, and both these teams come through. What a monster draw here to earn a berth in the finals. It's going to be great.
Okay, Floor Hanisch serving 2-3. I think that break of serve there may give Hanisch Cooper a little bit of a lift. Can hear Marcella Rodezno calling help when she feels that ball's going into the neck. And Macy Elliott slides over. Good teamwork.
How impressive is Macy Elliott in that deuce court, just sitting on her shots here. Not the recipient of a ton of the balls when they're on the baseline, but
and
really capitalize when she gets the opportunity.
Yeah, you can see that her mindset is she's in every hit, as opposed to they're not hitting it to me, they're not hitting it to me, they're not hitting it to me. She's like, she's in it. So if she gets that one ball, she's in the rhythm of the point, and mentally she's ready.
That's a huge point, Jerry, because you can see she's got the footwork. I mean, she's not glancing over and watching the balls being hit to Rodezno. She's almost playing the shot for Rodezno in a way in her own mind.
Love 30.
So it's love 30. Right. Hanisch serving, down 2-3, third set of the national championships.
A change of pace and spin by Rodezno.
Phenomenal.
She's just hit every shot in the book.
Wow. Love that loopy swinging overhead from Elliott. She changes her grip, hits a different kind of slice.
Love 40.
I think they need to shut Rodezno down right now. She just took over that point with a full array of different shots and spins, and she's flowing. Maybe give Macy Elliott a couple more looks.
Yeah, which would be so odd because you've just played keep away if you're Hanisch Cooper this whole match.
That is a huge break. Marcella Rodezno is just on fire right now, Patty.
4 games to 2.
Okay, Cooper Hanisch, they need to buckle down here.
Yeah. There it is. Hanisch had that return a little bit at Macy earlier in the match.
You can see Hanisch jumping up and down, pumping herself up. She can feel it. They got to battle the nerves and not panic.
15 all.
Jerry, this is a marvelous match here. You hate for anyone to lose. Someone's going to. I know that feeling. But
It's I couldn't agree with you more.
Display of women's battle.
Yes. I couldn't agree with you more. I'm so
15-30.
proud to be a part of the game and to see how far the women's game has come. And it's really, all four players are playing their hearts out at a high level.
Yeah, you have a first-year pairing here with Rodezno Elliott, and they're in the finals of nationals with a legitimate shot to win it. And Rodezno is possessed here.
There's nothing she can't get. Like we said in the opening, you know, her strength is she really has no weaknesses.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, my Lord.
Under the pressure moments, Rodezno is elevating right now.
30 all.
Yeah, it's just remarkable because she just didn't get that many shots to hit here in the early going, and now she's just saying, okay, I'm taking it. I'm taking my shot.
Out. 40-30.
It's a point for a 5-2 lead. It's just the pressure of Rodezno Elliott. Their positioning, Patty,
Game,
like you said
Elliott,
before,
Rodezno,
the
they lead the
positioning
third
has
set,
allowed them to really
5-2.
shut down a lot of the holes, and they've come up with all the answers.
Yeah, they have, and Floor had that huge serving game,
Elliott
Jerry, at
Rodezno lead the third
2-3.
set 5-2.
And that was the moment that Rodezno just took this third set on and really has put on an amazing display of shot making and scrambling and footwork. And you think at the end of a tournament after all these matches and you're in the third set, you know, they're starting to feel it a little bit. Rodezno, it's not even phasing her. She's sprinted back for that other ball. And here they find themselves up 5-2 third set, APTA National Championships.
You see the crowd.
Players are ready.
Floor Hanisch better be ready at net. Right, that last service game that
15
Annika was
love.
serving, Rodezno went right at Floor. So I think it's smart. The Cooper's staying back, but Hanisch needs to be ready for that first return of serve hit straight at her.
Again, they're keeping it really away from AC Elliott. They continue to do that even though Rodezno's on fire here.
And that's out of respect of Macy Elliott's two-handed backhand off the deck.
What a great get.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's a big-time play right
Yeah.
there.
Hanisch had one of those early in that second set that kind of energized Cooper and Hanisch, and
30 love.
great moment for that shot.
Thirty 15.
Really good swing from Cooper there on that serve. Wow. what a
Big
get.
time get from Cooper.
Yeah, Elliott is so smooth with her movement. I love her overhead variety.
Thirty all.
30 all.
Players are ready.
That's a great
Ball was
swing.
good. Ball was good.
Rip that
Huge return of serve.
Yeah. And this is
30-40.
championship point for Elliott and Rodezno.
Match point. Oh, we hate to see the match finish that way, but seriously, all credit to Macy Elliott and Marcella Rodezno. Hanisch and Cooper hold their heads up high. It's a wonderful display of women's paddle, and it's just an unbelievable run for a new team this season, Patty. I think
There's cheers heard down all the way to El Salvador, Jerry, here from Darien, Connecticut. What an amazing win, an incredible tournament for Elliott and Rodezno, taking out so many of the top teams here in the country to win their first national title together.
Yeah. Yep, and it's been a good season for Hanisch and Cooper. Cooper was out for the first part of the season, and they built themselves back up, and they had a strong finish towards the end. But on the day, kudos to Elliott and Rodezno.
Jerry, they won it.
They did. They did.
They elevated at the key moments in this match.
And
kudos to
Rodezno
them.
did not fold. I mean, as you said, ball after ball after ball, she was able to build the point.
And no faulting. We thought that the serve could impact play, and it clearly did. Hanisch and Cooper did not serve as well as Rodezno and Elliott in this match.
All right, well, we are going to take a quick break, and we will be back with the presentation ceremony, and then right back into the men's final.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks, Patty. That was fun calling the match.
Always fun.
I play to be a role model in my neighborhood.
I play to be part of the team.
I play to be stronger than my brothers.
I play to channel my energy in a positive way.
I play because the field is where I shine. I play to be a part of something bigger than myself.
I play to stay healthy.
I play to feel powerful.
I play to win.
When people think of Roto-Rooter, they typically think plumbing and water cleanup. They wouldn't be wrong, but there's also more to the picture. We do a little of this, we do a little of that. We clean things up and we check things out. Yeah, we may do both, but we also do a whole lot more. Roto-Rooter, yeah, we do that too.
Welcome everybody to the 2020 Women's National Championships. What a match, right? What a day. Thank you all so much for being here and supporting all our players throughout the tournament, and especially the finalists and the champions. I just want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors. We couldn't do this amazing tournament without them. Our national APTA sponsors, Viking, Uline, Fusion, Upswing Health, Clark Trophies. We also have Infusion Sports. We also have some local sponsors that have been very generous here today. I want to thank BTIG, Performance Physical Therapy, Remedy Plus, Pure Insurance, Rand Insurance, Yashmin Lloyd from Compass, HSS, Josh Sellers for all that wine you all have been drinking all weekend, Moffley Media, Dano's Tequila, and Kiel Vodka. Want to thank Bill Horn, wherever he is, for umpiring a great match, and also the 2020 committee that helped put this whole thing together. So, with that, I want to introduce the finalists, Florentina Hanisch and Annika Cooper. Well done, women.
Guys, absolutely tremendous effort. It seemed like it wasn't 2-on-2, but 2-on 1,500. Flora, what was it like out there, this atmosphere?
It was amazing. First I was thinking Macy's going to get a little nervous. There's so many people cheering for her, Macy. And then go 4 games in and she hasn't missed 1 ball. I was like, what the heck? And thank you everybody who came over. Of course, thank you my husband Martin and Ralph. So you just asked me how did it feel like, and now I'm talking a bunch of stuff. Is that okay?
Whatever you want to talk about, okay. Flora.
Then thank you all the members. Westchester came over, AYC and Pelham, you guys are the best. And oh my God, what an amazing job by Marcella and Macy, because we kept talking and what else can we do, and they just had all the answers. So very well done by them. So thank you.
Annika, you struggled with elbow problems. You didn't get on the court until January, and for you to get here, just an amazing accomplishment to be part of this match. It's got to be somewhat gratifying. I know it's a tough one to lose.
Oh yeah, I mean it feels great to be out here. I love this sport. Congratulations to Macy and Marcella. They played an amazing match. It was really fun. You know, even though it was a loss, I mean I had fun. We had fun together. We have a great partnership. So I'm just happy to be back on the court, playing great matches and with a great crowd, even though, well, 99% of you guys are happy. So, but I just love playing, and I hope we have many more great matches together.
Well, you guys are true champions, win or lose today, and thank you for putting on such a tremendous show and being such class athletes in our game. Thank you. One more comment for Flora, who always wants the mic.
I just want to say what an amazing job, Tiernan, and I mean, there's so many people here. You guys did such an amazing job, and the changes you have done, I know it's not easy to make a change in the sport, and definitely it's working out, so really congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and now our champions, Macy Elliott and Marcelo Rodezno.
2020 national champions. Macy, we were talking on Long Island. You lost first round. People who lose in the first round of Long Island don't win the nationals.
Usually they don't. That's correct. Yes.
So, what happened?
Look, when I started playing tournaments last year,
Last year, when you started playing tournaments? Is that what you said, Macy?
When I started playing tournaments last year, I knew that the 2020 Nationals were going to be at CCD, and that was my motivation, that I really wanted to gear myself up, and didn't matter how I did in any other tournament, this is where I wanted to play well. So that was my motivation.
Marcella, your first national final, you didn't look nervous at all. You were calm, you were composed, you played great.
Well, first of all, thank you everyone for coming and support us. We knew we had a tough match with Annika and Florentina. They're a tough team, and we know that they always come out with plan A through C. So we just wanted to go out there and have fun and just do our best and, focus 1 point at a time. And luckily the result was in our favor. So thank you.
Macy, last comments?
I mean, I just want to say, Flora and Annika, you guys are phenomenal players, and that match was so much fun to be on the court with you. And thank you guys, especially the CCD members. Thank you guys so much. And thanks for all the volunteers that have come out and put endless hours into this tournament. The committee, anyone. Thank you guys. Carl, thanks for spending countless hours with me. Bernard, thank you very much.
I have to say that was the most exciting Nationals final in terms of the atmosphere that I've ever been part of. Congratulations to our 2020 national champions. Before I turn the mic over to Carl Levitt, I want to acknowledge all his hard work. This is the second time in 5 years that Carl has been an absolute integral part of Nationals. And the format and the setup that you see here today was Carl's brainchild, and it is without question the best scene I have ever seen for a national championship in platform tennis.
Thanks for your kind words, Mark. I definitely want to thank, obviously, CCD. We want to thank President Doug Rishman for letting us host this. Mark Posidento for getting his entire crew. I could name everybody, but we've got another match to play. And just want to thank all the membership for just supporting us. I mean, this is fantastic. Really appreciate all the support from the CCD membership, from the Fairfield community, from Westchester, from everybody that's out here. And one other thing, a great fitting end to Nationals, especially on International Women's Day. These women did a phenomenal job. So give them one more big round of applause. Thank you.
So as Carl mentioned, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the men's final here shortly from Darien Country Club. for the 2020 APTA Nationals, live from Darien. Men's final coming up next.